So, welcome students for the last session of this chapter, amines chapter. Total, there are 9 reactions of amines, which I have already told you. Out of 9, we have finished 6, 7 reactions. Last 3 reactions are left. So, this is reaction number 7. This is reactions of arene diazonium salt. This is different reaction of amines. There are 2 reactions of arene diazonium salt. Aryl diazonium salt shows 2 types of reactions. Due to corona situation, one reaction is cancelled. So only one reaction is there which we study, that is reactions involving displacement of diazo group. Diazo group is N2 group, that is displaced. So that reaction we study. Next reaction was actually retention of diazo group or coupling reaction, which is cancelled by the board due to corona situation. So only displacement of diazo group, in which we are going to learn 5 reactions. Those reactions are Sandmeier's reaction, Gattermann's reaction, iodo-arene formation reaction, mild reduction reaction. These 5 reactions we are going to learn under this displacement of diazo group. So ready for this? First of all, Sandmeier's reaction. Both these reactions are same, Sandmeier's reaction and Gattermann's reaction. Only the reagent is changed. If we use, in Sandmeier's reaction, if we use cuprous chloride with HCl or cuprous bromide with HBr or cuprous cyanide with KCl, then the reaction is called as Sandmeier's reaction, where diazo group, that is N2 group, is removed. In place of cuprous chloride, if you use copper powder and HCl or copper powder and HBr, then the reaction gives us Gattermann reaction. So these are the reactions of displacement of diazo groups. We study one by one. First reaction is Sandmeier's reaction. In Sandmeier's reaction, benzene diazonium chloride or arene diazonium salt or aryl diazonium salt formula is Ar N2 plus X minus. So this is aryl diazonium halide, which on treatment with cuprous chloride and HCl gives chlorobenzene, that is ArCl, and diazo group is removed. Therefore, N2 gas is removed here, and that's why it is called as displacement of diazo group. We can also carry out this reaction with different reagent, that is cuprous bromide and HBr. It gives bromobenzene and nitrogen gas. If we carry out this reaction with cuprous cyanide and KCl, it gives cyanobenzene and nitrogen gas. So students, important thing, if we use cuprous chloride and HCl, cuprous bromide and HBr, cuprous cyanide and KCl, then the reaction is called as Sandmeier's reaction. Have you understood? Product is same, that is chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, cyanobenzene. Now when the same reaction is carried out with different reagents, then that reaction is called as Gattermann reaction. So Gattermann reaction is carried out with copper powder and HCl. Copper powder and HBr, same reaction, but the name is different. When the reaction is carried out with cuprous chloride and HCl, reaction is Sandmeier's reaction. When the reaction is carried out with copper powder and HCl, reaction is Gattermann reaction. Result is same, that is chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, cyanobenzene, etc., etc. So these are the 2 important reactions of displacement of diazo group. Diazo group means N2 gas is removed. So these are the 2 important reactions. After this, we are going to study third displacement of diazo group reaction, that is iodo-arene formation. In this reaction, aryl diazonium halide is treated with potassium iodide. When aryl diazonium halide is treated with potassium iodide, it gives iodobenzene plus N2. Again, there is a displacement of nitrogen gas and K combined with X to form KX. So it gives iodobenzene. And the reaction is iodoarine formation. This is third reaction, iodoarine formation. In this reaction, aryl diazonium halide is treated with potassium iodide to form iodobenzene. Fourth reaction is mild reduction reaction. Mild reduction reaction. Students, in this reaction, benzene diazonium chlorhalide, or you can take example of chloride, when treated with phosphinic acid suspended in water, H3PO2 is phosphinic acid. H3PO2 is phosphinic acid, or it is also called as hypophosphorus acid. Hypophosphorus acid, H3PO2, or it is also called as phosphinic acid with water, suspended in water, to form ARH, that is benzene. ARH is nothing but benzene. Again, nitrogen gas is liberated plus H3PO3 and HCl. So, arene diazonium chloride can be converted into benzene by the reaction with the reagent phosphinic acid suspended in water. Or instead of phosphinic acid suspended in water, we can also carry out this reaction with ethanol or ethyl alcohol. So when arene or aryl diazonium chloride is treated with ethanol, ethyl alcohol, it gives benzene. Now one hydrogen is removed here and joined with Ar to form benzene, then acetaldehyde. This is also called as ethanol, acetaldehyde, CH3CHU plus N2 plus HCl. So arene diazonium chloride can be converted into benzene either by using phosphinic acid suspended in water or using ethanol. So question may be asked, 1 mark question may be asked, how do you convert aryl diazonium chloride into benzene? So you can use any one of these two reactions. Okay. Now the last reaction is phenol formation, which come under displacement of diazo group, that is phenol formation. In this reaction, this aryl diazonium chloride is treated with water at 283 Kelvin temperature, so that hydroxyl group from water combines with Ar to form AROH, and AROH is nothing but phenol. One more name is used for this phenol, it is also called as carbolic acid. It is carbolic acid or phenol, aromatic hydroxy compound. AROH plus N2, as it is displacement of diazo group, N2 gas is removed and another product is HCl. So aryl diazonium chloride can be converted into phenol, into carbolic acid on treatment with water at 283 Kelvin temperature. So these are the 5 important reactions of displacement of diazo group where nitrogen gas is removed. Second reaction I have already told you, that is retention of diazo group or coupling reaction is both the reactions, coupling reactions where yellow dye, orange dye are formed. These two reactions are already cancelled by the board due to corona situation. So we have only 5 reactions, that is displacement of diazo group. So this is reaction number 7, which takes place with arene or aryl diazonium halide. This reaction is taking place with aryl diazonium halide. Very different reactions of amines. Okay, this is 7th reaction, students. Now 8th reaction is again very important reaction because it is asked in the examination for 3 marks. And the question is asked, how will you distinguish between primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine using Hinsberg test? 8th reaction is Hinsberg reaction. Hinsberg reaction is reaction which is taking place with primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine. And therefore, this is the question asked in the examination for 3 marks. How to distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary amines using Hinsberg test. So before we start discussion on this particular reaction, we must know what is Hinsberg's reagent. Hinsberg's reagent is the reagent where benzene ring combines with SO2 and Cl, and that's why it is also called as aryl or arene sulfonyl chloride. Arene sulfonyl chloride is only Hinsberg reagent. So this reagent we are going to react with primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine. Gives different product, and therefore this reaction is used to distinguish between primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine. First of all, this reaction we carry out with primary amine. So first reaction is with primary amine. You know, in primary amine, alkyl group is attached to NH2 characteristic functional group. For example, C2H5NH2. C2H5NH2 is ethyl amine, which is example of primary amine because characteristic functional group in this compound is NH2, that is amino group. So I write C2H5 a bit different here. I write H in front of this Cl so that I can combine this H with Cl. So this is primary amine. It is nothing but ethyl amine. You can directly write C2H5NH2, or you can also split. You can also write as this way. So this is benzyl sulfonyl chloride or arene sulfonyl chloride, which on treatment with primary amine, that is ethyl amine, this H of ethyl amine combines with Cl of this compound, sulfonyl chloride compound, to form HCl, and we get this product. So what is the name of this compound? It is N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide. Name of this compound is, as ethyl group is present on nitrogen, it is N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide. Now students, important thing which you must write in the explanation of this, because of hydrogen atom which is present on nitrogen, this is the product of primary amine. So where hydrogen is still there, one hydrogen is still there, one hydrogen is removed, but one hydrogen is still there attached to the nitrogen atom. This hydrogen is only responsible for the acidic nature of this sulfonamide. So because of hydrogen atom present on nitrogen atom, nature of this compound is acidic. And as the nature of this compound is acidic, it dissolves in alkali. This you have to write in the explanation of primary amine. So I explain this again. Primary amine like ethyl amine reacts with arene sulfonyl chloride to form N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide, in which hydrogen is attached to nitrogen, due to which it is acidic in nature, and because of acidic in nature, it dissolves in alkali. This you have to write in the explanation of primary amine. Now we study this reaction with secondary amine and see whether hydrogen is available or not available. So second reaction is with secondary amine. Same benzene sulfonyl chloride on treatment. Again I write, now what is example of secondary amine? It is diethyl amine, having NH as a characteristic functional group, that is imino group. So only one hydrogen is there, with nitrogen. So this is diethylamine, which on treatment with benzene sulfonyl chloride or Hinsberg reagent, as hydrogen is already there attached to nitrogen in secondary amine, it combines with Cl to form HCl, and the product which is formed So what is the name of this product? Name of this product is N-N-diethyl. Because of two ethyl groups present on nitrogen, you have to write N capital, N capital. N-N-diethyl benzene sulfonamide. N-N-diethyl benzene sulfonamide is the name of this product. Now students, as there is no hydrogen present on nitrogen in this product, it is not acidic in nature, because hydrogen present on nitrogen is only responsible for the acidic nature. But here in this compound of secondary amine product, no hydrogen is present on nitrogen, and therefore nature of this compound is not acidic, and as it is not acidic in nature, it does not dissolve in alkali solution. So this is the speciality of secondary amine test. Hydrogen is not present on nitrogen, therefore it is not acidic in nature, not dissolves in alkali. That you have to write in the explanation of secondary amine. And the last type of amine is tertiary amine. In tertiary amine, you know that there is no hydrogen present in attached to the nitrogen atom in tertiary amine, and because of no hydrogen present attached to the nitrogen atom in tertiary amine does not show test with Hinsberg reagent. So no test with tertiary amine. No test of Hinsberg's test or Hinsberg's reagent with tertiary amine. This way we can distinguish between primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine using Hinsberg test. 3 marks question, always asked. Bit complicated reaction is there, but once you know the structure of this compound, you can easily write remaining reactions. By practicing, you will be master of these important reactions. So again, I repeat, question on this particular unit is asked: how will you distinguish between primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine? Then you have to write these type of reactions with Hinsberg reagent. Again I repeat, primary amine reacts with primary amine reacts with Hinsberg reagent to form compound, that is N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide, having one hydrogen atom, due to which it is acidic in nature, dissolves in alkali. Secondary amine like diethylamine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride to form N-N-diethyl benzene sulfonamide, which has no hydrogen atom attached to nitrogen, and therefore it is not acidic in nature, and as it is not acidic in nature, it does not dissolve in alkali. And tertiary amine having no hydrogen attached to nitrogen, and therefore there is no reaction of tertiary amine with Hinsberg reagent. So this way you can distinguish between primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine. This is reaction number 8. And now the last reaction of amine is coming up, that is electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction. Last reaction is coming up, students, in which we are going to study 3 important reactions: bromination, nitration and sulfonation. So 3 important reactions we are going to study, and we'll be finish this amine chapter. So last reaction, that is 9th reaction, name of this reaction is electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction. Okay, under this we are going to study 3 important reactions: bromination, second nitration, and third is sulfonation. First, bromination. So bromination reaction. In this reaction, students, when aniline, as it is aromatic substitution reaction, when aniline is treated with bromine water, aniline reacts with bromine water to form white precipitate of 2. This is carbon number 2, this is 4, and this is 6. So it gives 2, 4, 6 tribromoaniline. When aniline is treated with bromine water, it gives white precipitate of 2, 4, 6 tribromoaniline. Have you understood this reaction? To prepare mono-substituted aniline derivatives, we have to carry out this bromination reaction. We have to protect NH2 group by acylation reaction first, and then it is restored by the hydrolysis. It may be acid hydrolysis or alkali hydrolysis reaction. So to prepare para or any mono-substituted aniline derivatives, we have to carry out this reaction, first acylation, then bromination, and finally hydrolysis with acid hydrolysis or alkali hydrolysis to prepare para-bromoaniline. So 3 steps reaction is carried out with this. So when aniline is treated with acetyl chloride, what happens? See, students, to prepare mono-substituted aniline derivatives, first of all, I have already told you this reaction is carried out with acetyl chloride. So this NH2 group is protected by the process of acylation, and then it is restored, NH2 group is restored by the process of hydrolysis. So first acylation reaction is carried out with aniline. Aniline is treated with acetyl chloride to form acetanilide. This acetanilide, on further treatment with bromine, at 288 Kelvin temperature, so that it gives this compound. What will be name of this compound? It is para-bromoacetanilide. So second step product is para-bromoacetanilide, and finally para-bromoacetanilide is hydrolyzed by acid hydrolysis or alkali hydrolysis, H plus ion or OH minus ion. Hydrolysis takes place to form para-bromoaniline. What it gives? It gives para-bromoaniline. So this is the way to prepare mono-substituted aniline derivatives. Now nitration reaction. Second reaction is nitration reaction. Nitration reaction of aniline gives mixture of products like orthonitroaniline, metanitroaniline, para-nitroaniline. Different mixture of product is formed. To prepare para-nitroaniline, again same reaction is carried out. Acetyl chloride first, so gives acetanilide, okay, and acetanilide on further treatment with nitrating mixture, that is mixture of nitric acid and sulfuric acid at 200 degrees Celsius temperature or 474 Kelvin temperature to form para-nitroacetanilide, and finally para-nitroacetanilide hydrolyzed by H plus or OH minus ion to form para-nitroaniline. It gives para-nitroaniline. Now the last reaction, students, that is sulfonation reaction. Have you understood these reactions? So sulfonation reaction, again 2 marks question, very important question. Acylation protects NH2 group, and finally it is restored by the hydrolysis reaction. Now sulfonation is the last reaction of amines. With this we'll be finished this chapter. Now students, when aniline is treated with cold and concentrated sulfuric acid, which can also be splitted as HOSO3H to form anilinium NH3HSO4. This is anilinium hydrogen sulfate. What it gives? It gives anilinium hydrogen sulfate. And this anilinium hydrogen sulfate on treatment with concentrated H2SO4, HOSO3H at 474 Kelvin temperature to form this compound. Name of this compound is para-aminobenzene sulfonic acid. Name of this compound is para. Position of NH2 group is at 4th. So it is para-aminobenzene sulfonic acid. This para-aminobenzene sulfonic acid is existed as a dipolar ion, or also called as Zwitter ion. Why Zwitter ion? Because both acidic and basic groups are present in the same molecule. Therefore, it is called as dipolar ion or Zwitter ion. See this Zwitter ion. Where both acidic and basic groups are present in the same molecule. And this way, this ion is called as Zwitter ion. Students, this is Zwitter ion. 1 mark question may be asked. What is Zwitter ion? So by showing this example, by showing this reaction, we can show what is Zwitter ion or dipolar ion. So this is Zwitter ion having both acidic and basic groups present in the same molecule is called as Zwitter ion. So my dear students, we have finished this 9th and last reaction of amines, and with this we have finished this chapter amines, in which we have studied introductory part, definitions, classifications, then nomenclature, 4 preparation methods, and total 9 reactions we have studied. Out of these 9 reactions, 1 reaction is from quaternary ammonium salt, 1 is from benzene diazonium chloride reaction, and different reactions we have studied, and this is electrophilic new substitution reaction. So 3 reactions are different, and remaining reactions are from primary, secondary, tertiary amines. This way we have finished this chapter amines. Very important chapter. Again I tell you, this chapter is asked in the examination, board's examination, 3 marks, compulsory questions, 4 marks with options. Okay students, thank you very much.